welcome to the Book Bar. It's Tuesday night. That means it's Star Wars trivia night. I'm Justin. With me, as always, is my brother Tyler. Tyler, what's going on tonight?
What's going on, Justin? Is it Star Wars trivia like it is every Tuesday night, and I could not be more thrilled, especially because this week I'm asking you the questions. You're in the hot seat. So how are you feeling, my friend?
Not as great as I normally would. Of course, we're talking about A New Hope, the original Star Wars, the classic Star Wars.
The Star Wars.
But, you always like to give the movies, though, a couple of really close watches right before you're up in your trivia round. And I only really got to give it one close watch. And I got to tell you, you mentioned a couple of weeks ago, or almost every week, about putting the subtitle, the closed captioning on, right?
Yeah.
When you're watching it, because you pick up so much more information. And I'll tell you what, I picked up a handful of things that I never even considered or had, I'd heard of before.
Right.
Like,
so this was like the first week that you tried that?
This is the first week I did that. And
wow.
I'm like, I'm not prepared for this. I'm like, there's too many places and numbers that I was not ready for.
You're right.
So I hope you don't go any super deep cuts.
I got some bad news for you, buddy. These questions are pretty tricky. I honestly think the second round, the Padawan level, might be the trickiest of them all, too. So yeah, it might be a rough round, but hey, we'll get through it. We'll hold hands virtually, and we'll get through this together. But yeah, I've been telling you, man, the subtitles are the way to go when you want to prep for these things. It's life changing because you catch so many things that are said so quickly that it just doesn't even register. But when you see it written on the screen, you're like, oh, that's a perfect thing to write down. That I didn't catch that place that they mentioned, that type of thing.
Yes, and I don't want to give anything away in case I spoil the trivia question, so I won't. I won't bring up a few of the things that I caught with the closed captioning on. But, anyways, that's what's on tap for tonight. But what's on tap always has a double meaning. We also discuss what we're drinking tonight. We are the Book Bar Bros. We read books, we talk Star Wars, and we drink. Tyler, what's on tap for you tonight?
I'm drinking what I drank last week. It's that Sierra Nevada Wild Little Thing slightly sour ale that'll pucker your lips and a couple other things with how sour it is. But hey, it's scrumdiddlyumptious, so I'm looking forward to
your ears. It will pucker your ears.
I don't know if ears.
Your ears. I don't know if I drank this last week also, but I have drank this on stream before. I've got right there, a Bell's Oberon Ale. Again, very famous beer right here in Michigan. It's a wheat ale. It's absolutely delicious. If I drink too many, I get a headache, but it's a very, very good beer. So.
I drink too much, I get a little bit of a bellyache, so I gotta take it easy.
I get a little bit of a tummy ache, and I don't want to have a tummy ache during the stream. So, let's move right along.
Okay, let's do this.
Frederick's Fact Check. For those that are not familiar, Tyler and I have a fact checker that goes over our previous streams for inaccuracies or perhaps misleading statements, bad questions, or arguments over whether or not a question is right. We have the best in the biz. He sends his reports over to Tyler. Tyler, what did Frederick have to say about last week?
Yeah, so Frederick really just kind of focused on one thing one subject that we talked about last week, with the exception of one off statement where he says George Lucas did not steal ideas from Mortal Kombat, which apparently we mentioned, and Frederick is saying there's no evidence that that's the case. However, the main
there's
topic...
also not any evidence.
Right, I don't know if he knows that. I don't know. But next up, Frederick says here that last week there was some uncertainty regarding Liam Neeson's Star Wars character, Qui-Gon Jinn. Specifically, we were trying to recall if he was slated to have a cameo in Revenge of the Sith, and if he ever appeared in canon as a Force ghost. And so this was what Frederick spent some time looking into, he says. Okay. So he looked into it, and he said, during the early development of Revenge of the Sith, Lucas did indeed write a scene featuring a Force ghost of Qui-Gon, and it seems that Liam Neeson had indicated that he was set to reprise the role, but the scene was deleted before being filmed. So it was talked about. Apparently it was written, but it was never filmed. And he saw some conflicting stuff, he says here, about whether or not it was just cut or whether this was due in part to an injury Liam Neeson had suffered. Doesn't seem clear. But either way, it seems like it was planned for him to have that cameo, but for whatever reason was nixed at the last minute. So there's that.
I see. Okay.
Next, he says there has never been a live action Force Ghost of Qui-Gon Jinn. However, Qui-Gon Jinn Force Ghost, voiced by Liam Neeson, does appear in the 6th season of the Clone Wars. So
there you go.
Spoiler alert! If you have not gotten to
Qui-Gon's in the Clone Wars.
and voiced by Liam Neeson, which is cool. And then finally, and very notably, he says, in the non-canon short film series Lego Star Wars The Yoda Chronicles, Qui-Gon appears as a Force ghost in response to a call for help from Obi-Wan's ghost and Yoda. It was a mistake, as Yoda and Obi-Wan were communicating through the Force to someone else, but not wanting to offend Qui-Gon, Yoda lies and tells him they actually need his help opening a pickle jar. And there we have it. So, and that's probably his most famous Force ghost appearance. It's just not canon, which is probably why we don't recall it, but a memorable moment nonetheless.
Yeah. Well, because as we have learned in The Last Jedi and, of course, The Rise of Skywalker, Force ghosts can pretty much do anything, even open pickle jars, apparently.
Absolutely.
So,
and apparently it's what they're almost best at, right? At least in Qui-Gon's case. Yep.
Hey, everybody that's hopping on the chat. Templar, Ray, Ginger Pops, Brian Shirtcliffe, everybody, what's going on tonight? Thank you, Frederick. That was a very informative fact check, a very deep dive into that stuff. Now, we do have an apology segment, and this week, we're not apologizing for anything. Nothing. We apologize for nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, nothing. We're perfect. Absolutely nothing. We apologize for nothing.
There we have it.
An update. We are adding a second live to our weekly schedule. So right now we are only doing one live, our live trivia. We are clipping it for some fun clips that we share around the interweb, as Tracy Morgan would say, right? Mm-hmm. And we've been talking about doing other things. We did film one sort of skit-style news video, which is on the channel if you want to check that out. Links in the description. But we're going to start doing a live. We're going to do a live instead, and we're going to just talk and joke and drink about all the news stories. And just like we do with our trivia, we might throw in some clips and some little videos, and we'll have some skits in there too. But it's going to be more
make it saucy for y'all.
Yeah, we'll make it saucy. It's going to be Wednesday night. Now, I know it's back to back, and then we're going 5 days without a video, but really at this point, it's the only night that works with our schedule. So, and we want to try to add as much content as we can. So, another live Wednesday. So we're going to be live every Tuesday night and Wednesday night for the foreseeable future. Trivia on Tuesday, news and general whatever, Q&A, talk about random stuff.
Catch all, maybe other games. Who knows? It's going to be a free for all of fun. So you can all look forward to that. Yeah, I
like that.
It's going to be really good.
Yeah. Okay. Well, without further ado, Tyler, that means it's trivia time. Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. Don't know if you ever heard of it. And now, Tyler, here's a fun fact before we move on. Okay. You probably didn't know this. Despite being titled Episode 4, A New Hope was actually the first Star Wars movie released in theaters.
This is the first time hearing of this. Where did you find this?
And that's why it's insider information. And that is why people come to this channel, is for that type of information.
That's really crazy. Did you hear that from George himself? Did you get a chance to talk to him?
Well, I text a guy who talks to George, and then but I can't reveal my sources.
Okay, that makes sense. That's fair. Well, that is, if we have any more of those prize nuggets in store for us tonight, then it's going to be a really good night, man.
Prize nuggets.
Prize nuggets. I call something else that I have on me prize nuggets as well.
Huh.
Also my ears.
Are they also your ears? They're not your Among Us shaped chicken McNuggets that you got that you're trying to sell on eBay for $5,000 or whatever these idiot people are doing.
Wait, what? What is this?
Have you seen this? Have you heard about this? It's like this ridiculous thing now where people take shaped chicken nuggets that look like things like Among Us characters and they put them on eBay for thousands of dollars. I don't know if any of them have sold. If they have, that should be a crime, but that is a thing.
Now, I bought a couple of those. I just didn't think this was big news. I didn't know people had heard about this. But I bought a couple because they look like those. Yeah, they look like these Among Us characters. It was classic. I'm like, I'm going to hold on to those nuggets. And it's fast food, so it'll pretty much just stay in its condition in perpetuity, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
So I got it framed.
It's already as stale as it gets when you get it.
Yeah, and it's up over my mantle. They're glorious, dude. I can't wait to show them to you.
It's gonna be good. I can't wait to see them.
Yeah, it's really cool. All right, we ready to do this?
We're ready to do it. So before we dive in, we have some rules. And, we always talk about how BookBar Trivia works. We have a point system in place now, and that's Tyler's job. So I'm going to put up the point slide and let him explain away.
Book Bar Trivia, my friends, consists of 4 rounds. The first round is the youngling level. This level consists of 5 questions worth 2 points apiece. These questions are where a Star Wars fan that watched the movie recently should have a very good shot at getting these questions correct. But, don't be fooled. You could always be tripped up. You got to be careful. Second round is the Padawan level. There are 5 questions in this round with 3 points apiece, and these questions are much more difficult. They require great attention to detail, as any information that can be gleaned from the movie itself can be used as a question. This means even something said only once or in a passing breath is fair game in the Padawan level. The third round is the Jedi Knight level. There are 5 questions worth 6 points apiece. These questions are not for the faint of heart, as anything considered canon for the movie is fair game. This means supplemental reading will be required for success in this round. The fourth and final round is the Jedi Master level. 11 points are up for grab in this round, which will consist of multi-part questions to see how deep your Star Wars knowledge goes. Only the most diehard of fans will have a chance in this round. And then, of course, if Justin gets every question correct at every level, he will score a perfect 66. And then I will have to perform a humiliation of his choosing. But don't worry, I think we're going to be pretty safe tonight. All right. I think we're going to these questions are pretty tricky. He said he only got one thorough watch through. I just feel like he's going to be just tripping and stumbling all over the place. Oh, and then, of course, as always, don't forget that we encourage the chat to participate. They can give right answers, wrong answers, misleading answers, funny answers, absurd answers, and we can always go to the chat for help. We just have to sift through all the nonsense to do that. And that, of course, is Book Bar Trivia. And it's time, Justin.
It's time. I am ready. Star Wars Episode 4 on New Hope. I've got all kinds of things in mind for embarrassments for Tyler to do, punishments. And so I'm just ready until I miss question number 3. And then that pipe dream will end very quickly.
Until you call him Luke Starkiller, and then that's it. It's all over. Yep. All right.
Ready.
Let's do this. Question number 1 in the youngling level. All right, everyone get their thinking caps on. Here we go. Obi-Wan Kenobi hadn't gone by his real name in a long, long time. Instead, he was going by this alias.
Yeah, I think it's just Abwa. Yeah, I think it's just short for Obi-Wan. That way nobody would know, who he was. Right. People would be like, Abwa Kenobi? No, I've never heard of him. No.
Yeah, so a lot of people make fun of the alias, saying it's obviously too close to his real name, and the fact that Luke is like, oh, do you think it could be this guy? It'd be like, you go by BookBar Justin, and I hear R2D2 with a message like, help us, BookBar Justin. I'm like, you know what? Do you think that could be BookBar Justin? Do you think that could be him? Do you think that? I mean, they sound really close, but then some will say that the reason he had this alias that was so similar is so that some people could find him if they needed him, right? So that Luke could find him, or people like Bail Organa did know that he was supposed to be on Tatooine, so they had to have have a way to find him. So I think that's plausible.
That's a fair explanation.
Right, and it's not like if they find out that there's an alias that kind of sounds like Obi-Wan Kenobi, they're just going to send an entire fleet there. Maybe they'd send a few stormtroopers to check it out, and Obi would just torch them, because that's how Obi do. All right, Obi don't play that.
That is how Obi don't play that.
Oh my gosh, we need to make a meme of Homie don't play that, but with Obi-Wan Kenobi, like with a lightsaber, just like chopping heads off. Obi don't play that.
Okay, right? And that will be on a T-shirt coming soon, assuming that there's no licensing problems with that.
Right.
Yeah, it might have to be a picture of us and just saying wearing Obi-Wan clothes. With okay. But
we got this.
To a T-shirt coming soon near you. Ray says Obi-Wan Kendall Oval.
Okay, not a bad guess. Is that what you're going with then?
Well, it is a bad guess. Ray.
Okay.
Adorable Ray. Popsis says Benjamin. Now, I don't think there's any formal evidence that the entire name Benjamin is ever actually his name. So yeah, I'm just gonna go with the shortened version of what Popsis says, and I'm gonna say that his name was Ben. Old Ben Kenobi.
It's actually Bartholomew Kenobi was the full full name. No, of course it is Ben Kenobi. Old Ben did happen to be Obi-Wan Kenobi. Congratulations, Justin. You are 1 for 1 in the youngling level. Moving on to question number 2. This moisture farmer was the stepbrother of Anakin Skywalker, and along with his wife Beru, raised Anakin's son Luke on Tatooine.
He was a moisture farmer named. At least I think it was.
Is that what is that supposed to be like a Watto impression?
Well, not really. I can do better.
Good.
What's that, Hollywood? Yes, I will come be a voice actor and hang out with Sam Witwer all the time. We're going to be best buds.
Oh, yeah? God, you guys could work out together. I bet you Sam Witwer does not skip leg day. He looks like he's a ripped dude, man. He's in shape.
He doesn't skip leg day either. No, I always skip leg day, and you always try to talk me out of skipping leg day. But that is like, because like I'm just like even one day a year, that I dedicate to legs. I skip it. I just can't do it. Yeah.
Can't do that, man. Especially like if you're working out all the time too, you really can't skip it, because then you get the chicken leg look where you're ripped up top and then you've got nothing down below. You look all disproportioned. You can't have that. You see those guys walking around. Yeah, your upper body looks great, man, but you got those chicken legs and you've ruined it all, right? You've done yourself a disservice because you can't just devote some time to legs. It's such a crime. And then, of course, that's what happened to Anakin Skywalker, as we talked about last week, right? He hadn't done legs. He had been skipping leg day for quite some time. Legs getting a little tired during a long duel with Obi-Wan, and he was shorting the jump.
He shorted the jump. He shorted the jump at the end, and it cost him his legs. So it literally cost him his legs. So
think about that.
Ray says, Mr. Farmer. Okay. Right. Unboxing Treasure said, Friend Sanford. Another guess. That is a guess.
That's a guess. Yes. Templar is really trying to talk himself into keeping it PG tonight. He's going to try hard. He will probably fail, but we appreciate the attempt, Templar. He's
talking to himself in the stream.
Stop it, Templar. Get your head out of the gutter. All right, but
Templar then focusing and coming through with the right answer, Tyler. The answer is, who is Owen Lars?
Owen Lars is the correct answer. You are 2 for 2, Justin. Correct. And I got to be tracking your points. Well, you know what? I'll just keep track of the points you get wrong, and then we'll just subtract that from the total at the end. How about that? Although it might be tracking just as many points. I don't know if I'm really saving myself anything.
He's hilarious. Right. Yuck it up. Yuck it up. I'm coming for you.
Question number 3 in the youngling level. Here we go. This English actor was knighted by Queen Elizabeth II in 1959 and is the only actor to earn an Oscar nomination for their Star Wars role.
Interesting.
Yeah, think about that. I know. I thought that was crazy too, because I was also knighted by Queen Elizabeth II in 1959, and I was like, "Wow!"
Same year too. Wow.
Yeah. Like I had to go back and I checked, but it was 1959. It was the same year as this actor. So
you almost gave it away again. You have done that so many times.
I have not done it in a long time. I have not done it in so long. But you've done it multiple times. I've done it twice. But it's always.
Is it really only twice?
It's only twice. I thought it was 3 times, but it was only twice. And it's always been on ones where you've already said that you know it. I'm positive. It's only twice. And I haven't done it in a very long time. I've been so careful, and I didn't even say it. So I don't even know why we're having this discussion.
Okay.
Who is
a person who is David Beckham? That is a person. That's a person. Very possible.
It's very possible.
Popsis says Alec Guinness.
Okay.
And Popsis is absolutely right. It is Sir Alec Guinness, founder of Guinness Beer.
Yes.
And also the namesake for the name Alec. He's the very first person ever to be named Alec. So.
See, I actually had that written down here. I didn't think you knew that. I was going to hit you with that knowledge today. But wow, so you came really prepared today.
I did. I came really prepared to make Frederick's life awful for next week.
Okay, well, I might be eating some crow with this level of preparation Justin is showing already. Okay, well, Justin, that is absolutely correct. Sir Alec Guinness, the third question you have gotten correct out of 3. We are moving on to question number 4 in the youngling level. Let's keep it rolling. Here we go. Luke was on his way to this power station and repair shop on the outskirts of Anchorhead when he was asked by his uncle to go and clean up some newly purchased droids.
He really wanted to pick up his power converters.
That he did. Oh, you see, you really nailed that. It's just as nasally as he said it, just as whiny. Very well done. Yep, he really wanted to go do that.
Power converters.
Yeah, so some people have speculated that that's not all he was doing at this particular station. You know, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. That maybe
really
there's
like
some more...
he's sneaking off for like a full Tyrion Lannister style like visit down there.
Exactly. Yep.
Really?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yep. So hey, that's just people speculating. It's a little.
I mean,
it's some fanfic. That you can read. This. And as long as you can read with one hand, I got to tell you, it's worth it. It's worth a read.
I mean, if you're a 19-year-old farmer, but you farm moisture and there's no animals, what else are you supposed to do? Right?
Right. Yep.
You go to this station. That's what you do. You go there.
You pick up some power converters. Yep, exactly.
Some power converters.
Yep.
They're converting power. They're converting power.
Dang right they are.
Well,
Just
Tyler,
what are you thinking?
He goes to Tashi Station to pick up some power converters. What is Tashi Station?
That is absolutely the correct answer, Justin. You are 4 for 4 in the youngling level. And No Raid is not a gas station, although that's as close a guess as Ray will have today. So well done to Ray. Congratulations to both of you. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, thank you so much. Congrats, Ray. Yeah.
All right.
We're both doing great. We're moving right along.
Last question in the youngling level. Here we go. During Leia's message to General Kenobi, she mentioned that years ago he served her father in this.
Yes. Okay. Good question. Good level 1 question.
What do you think? Yeah. I like that one.
In the kitchen, baby.
Yep.
Ben
General Kenobi. Years ago, you served my father in blank. Now he begs you to help him in his struggle against the Empire. I regret that I'm unable to present my father's request to you in person, but my ship has fallen under attack, and I'm afraid my mission to bring you to Alderaan has failed. I've placed information vital to the survival of the rebellion into the memory systems of this R2 unit. My father will know how to retrieve it. You must see this droid safely delivered to him on Alderaan. This is our most desperate hour. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope. It's gorgeous.
Was that your Leia impression? Because it was spot on. I liked how you didn't have to change your voice tone like at all. It just was like naturally you just talking in a voice and it sounds just like a young Carrie Fisher. It was really impressive.
The first time I heard that, I was like, wow, she has such just a deep, resonant voice that I was like, I think I could just nail that in an impression. Help me, Obi-Wan Baloney. You're my only hope.
Obi-Wan Baloney. Well, that's Obi-Wan Baloney. Ray says the Korean War, possible.
That could be.
Popsis says, and the rebellion. Popsis, don't mess with me. I know you know the answer to this question.
Of course he does.
He's really with Templar for the second time.
Look at that.
Because old Ben Kenobi served her father, Bail Organa, in the Clone Wars.
The Clone Wars is the correct answer, Justin, and you are perfect through the youngling level. Congrats. Well done, my friend. Moving on to Padawan, but first,
we're on Patreon. Is that how you say it? Patreon.
I think so. It's pretty close.
Patreon.
Just let him sound this out. Don't forget. I mean, he won a spelling bee in kindergarten, but that was a long time ago.
Patreon. I don't know.
There you go. You nailed it. Thanks, of course, we are on Patreon, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. We really appreciate it. Really helps the channel. But of course, thank you so much to our patrons, and of course, our council member Templar Pops, who is in the house tonight. Thank you so much for your support, Templar. You are amazing, my friend.
Templar, we love you, and we love all of our nerd level 1, 2, and 3 patrons. Thank you guys so much for all of your support this early on while we try to grow the channel. We appreciate it so much. It means a ton to us. It helps us improve every video, and we're working hard on more content for you guys, so more stuff other than trivia coming. Again, we've already added a second live now. Starting tomorrow night, we'll be live every Tuesday and Wednesday. And then we've also had talks, Tyler, about potential gaming, maybe doing some Star Wars live stream gaming. So that could be in the works as well.
And it might just be. Keep your eyes peeled for that. But yep, thank you guys all so much for your support. You guys are awesome. And those of you that are supporters that are here right now, thank you guys so much for being here. It makes it a blast that you guys are here, joking along and answering questions with us.
Oh, yes. And before we move on, I was going to show off our Patreon contest prize, but we always forget. So all Tier 2 and up, nerd level 2 and up, are eligible for our monthly contests. Typically about halfway through the month, we announce what it's going to be. This month, we are going to be contesting off, I have to be careful with how I say this,
Indeed.
a Star Wars Darth Vader Bespin Pose Funko Shop exclusive. The winner of our contest, details will be up on Patreon in a couple of days. The contest winner will, but that's not all, Tyler. That's not all. In addition to this guy, we're the BookBarBros. We give away books. So even if you don't like to read, we don't care. You're going to get them.
Suck it up.
You're going to get this book too. You are going to get a copy of Star Wars Revenge of the Sith, considered by many to be the best novelization of all the Star Wars movies. There you go. That's what our, what month is this? June contest prizes are going to be.
Yeah, and remember, even if you're not a reader, you put it on a shelf so you pretend like you are. Yes. And then when people come over and they say, "Have you read that book?" and be like, "Yeah, I found it rather shallow and pedantic," and boom, they're going to be like, "Wow, that guy's a genius."
Oh, yeah, man, that guy's a deep thinker. Yeah,
exactly.
Or girl.
Right, exactly. It's all of our supporters right now are men at this time. We will have to think about trying to diversify. Oh, that's true. We I think we might. At least we don't know for sure if there are or not.
That's
any
true.
Females supporting the channel.
Oh man, that's a great Funko Pop. Absolutely incredible Funko Pop. I was so happy when I saw that one. I love that pose. I'm
gonna say the Bespin pose is sweet.
Good. All right, let's move on to round number 2, Padawan level, Tyler.
Okay, let's not forget this is a significant jump in difficulty. Remember, attention to detail is required. Anything that can be gleaned from the movie is fair game. Are you ready, Justin?
Yes.
Here we go. Question number 1. Other than the title, these are the only 2 words in the opening crawl that are in all caps.
Oh, that's a great question already.
I decided how the turntables have turned.
That's funny because I was like, he's definitely going to ask me a question about the crawl. Like I was
literally like,
oh yeah, I definitely thought you were going to ask me a question about the crawl. And so I made sure to, do my due diligence. And normally I know what's capitalized, and I'm going to have to go through this a second.
Okay, I figured you'd have a good shot, especially, your work on our opening crawl. I figured you're going to have a pretty good shot at it just from going through that, since you kind of try to mirror the crawls each week, which I think is neat. All right, he's thinking.
I'm going to say, I'm debating if I want to look at the chat before I just give my answers, which could very well be wrong. Like this could very, 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 very well be wrong.
Okay, wow, we might trip him up early here.
Oh, well, okay, I'm going to say the one that I think is capitalized for sure, and I think it's Death Star. I believe Death Star is capitalized.
Okay.
It is a period of civil war. Okay. This is why we have soft background music on now, to avoid the...
All right. So that way, while we're not talking, you're being serenaded with just lovely, sweet tunage.
Okay, yeah. I think I know what it is, but now I want to see.
Okay.
I want to see what the chat has, and the chat basically has what I have.
Okay. So is that what you're thinking you're going to go with? It's BookBarBros.
Okay. Well. I do think, it is typically BookBarBros in our crawl. I'm going to say it is Death Star and Princess Leia.
Okay, well, I'm going to help you out here. So it's the only 2 words, and Princess Leia is 2, and Death Star is 2 words.
Oh, no. Thank you for that help. Yes. 2 words. I was thinking 2 names.
Yep.
Then I think it's Death Star. What is Death Star?
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
That is the correct answer.
Okay.
Yes, it is Death Star.
I appreciate the leash there because I immediately was just like two names. And I was like, I don't think Princess Leia's name is capitalized, but I think it's the only one that should be or would typically be.
Well, and
because they don't have a rhyme or reason to it. Sometimes they capitalize people's names and sometimes they don't.
Exactly. And so I thought it was fair too to give you that hint, especially since you said Death Star and Princess Leia. I said it's two things, so it's clear, you were thinking of it as two different titles, right? Because otherwise that would be 3 or 4 things, right? So, yep, no, 2 words. You knew it was Death Star. That is absolutely a correct answer. So you are still perfect, my friend.
Okay.
As we move on to question number 2 in the Padawan level. All right, here we go. This stormtrooper was guarding the Millennium Falcon when he was killed by Han Solo, so that his armor could be used as a disguise for Luke Skywalker.
Okay. I think I know this one.
Oh, okay. This is a tricky one. This is very tough. This is very tough.
They say his name. They say it.
They say it.
Yeah, they say it. Yeah. They ask him on the intercom. And then okay. So okay.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, because in the Padawan round, remember how we do it is you have to be able to have determined this answer from only watching the movie. But that means, even like that, something that's heard a single time over the intercom, that's totally fair game, right? Because you could glean that answer from the movie itself. So, yep, you absolutely hear this name of this stormtrooper who was guarding the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yes. I don't need the chat. I definitely don't need Ray's answer. It was not Yoda.
Are you sure?
Well, yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure it's not Yoda.
You don't think Yoda was the stormtrooper? I guess we probably would have noticed some really tiny armor. I think that would have been a dead giveaway.
It'd have been hard if Han tried to walk on the Yoda armor. Right. He would look like Chris Farley in Black Sheep, right?
Right, like fat guy in a little coat.
Black Sheep? Is it Black Sheep?
Or is it Tommy Boy?
No, it's Tommy Boy. Tommy Boy.
Tommy Boy.
My mistake, everybody. I was like, okay, yeah, that's Tommy Boy. Okay.
Yeah, jeez, don't make a fool of yourself right here. Jeez.
What is this Templar?
What? Whoa. And he also says he's having a poop. So good for you, Templar. You're doing great, dude.
We have really taken our friendship, all of us, to another level, and this is very exciting to happen on air.
We didn't want it to be taken to that level, but Templar took us there regardless.
Yeah, so we really don't have a choice.
So now here we are. We're all here now.
Yeah, we can't, sort of shift our streams around based on Templar's schedule. So,
right.
But Templar, I believe, is absolutely correct. I believe it's TK421.
TK421 is absolutely the correct answer.
Yeah.
Wow,
Templar,
look at that.
Excellent.
Well done, man. That is a big pull from Templar there. And congratulations to both of you. Wow. All right. So did you think you had that one? Was just Templar confirmed what you were already thinking? Well done, man. All right. Well, still perfect so far. 2 questions into the Padawan level. Let's move on to question number 3. C-3PO had such a bad case of this that he could barely move. Thank the maker for that oil bath. I can't tell if that's a look. Oh, no, it's a look of blinking, or he's deciding he wants to poop as well, too. Like, Templar's taking it there, and so now we're just all comfortable. Just, what would it be called? Laying some cable. That's
laying some cable.
Isn't that? I'm pretty sure that's a term for that. we'll have Frederick look into it.
Get off? No, we're done with this. We're done with this.
No, let's stay on this. Let's stay on this for a little bit. Man. Okay. Well, wow. Had a laser disc stuck on that scene for days, says Templar. Ray's asking Ray and Templar talking about a group poop, maybe. Maybe we could have another live.
We're done. We're done.
You don't think? This. You don't think so, Just? Maybe just another live where we do something like that?
I did. That's only for Patreon supporters.
So that's what you have to look forward to if you support the channel.
Patreon exclusive content.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Oh, so you feel like you're blanking here, huh?
Well, no. I mean, I think I have an idea.
Okay. Well, go ahead, talk it out. Let's hear that thought process.
No.
Let's hear that little hamster on that wheel turning in there. See what he has to say.
It has to do, well, you know, it has to do with Tatooine. It has to do with sand or dirt or dust or whatever. And I feel like he says something.
He does say something.
What is he said? What is something? Do I have to be more specific than that?
Yeah, I'm going to need you to, just a little bit more. I mean, you are close. He does say something.
Damn it.
Yeah, you're on the right track, though.
Templar says dust contamination, and I feel like that sounds right.
Could be. Templar has been on fire.
Dust contamination, sand.
He's been really backed up the last few weeks, and now that it's all out, he's letting it go. Cruising on all cylinders. He just feels like $1 million right now.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so to be honest, that's the best guess I have. So I'm just gonna say, what is dust contamination?
Okay, is that your final answer?
Sure.
Oh my goodness, Justin, that is correct. Well done. Templar, Pops. Coming out of nowhere.
Oh man. Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
This is crazy.
Apparently the Force isn't the only thing that flows through you, Templar.
Right. Also, that Taco Bell and coffee from earlier today.
Do you think the YouTube algorithm will be like, that's a lot of innuendo? Like, I think they're talking about something different.
Well, but then it'll probably push it up, right? I mean, that kind of talk, that's got to push you right to the top, right to the old tippy top. So,
Templar, all right. Woo.
That's big time right there.
Needed him.
All right. Okay, so, Pops says he's going to be here to help you very soon, but he is also dropping a deuce. My God, this stream is taking an unfortunate turn, Justin.
Taking a very unfortunate turn. Let's try to get this thing back on the rails.
Okay.
Let's get it back on the rails. Okay.
Let's do that. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Next question, Justin. You remain perfect.
Okay.
Spoken by Luke Skywalker to C-3PO about R2-D2. This was the last line in A New Hope. This one,
I know this.
Okay, I'm going to say this one is a bit tricky because it's not like a memorable line.
Nobody talks in the metal scene. And right before the metal scene, they're celebrating and hugging. And then R2 is pulled down. And they're asking about him. And Luke is talking to someone. And the guy says, we'll fix him right up. C-3PO offers to any of his spare parts, and Luke says he'll be all right. And pats C-3PO and walks away. And nobody else speaks. They just laugh. Nobody talks in the metal scene. I will say he'll be all right. What is he'll be all right?
Final answer?
Yep.
He'll be all right is absolutely correct. Well done. You are on a tear. On a tear.
All right.
Wow. I think this could be a good night. I thought some of these were pretty tricky for a Padawan level. Now, obviously, we got a bunch of doozies to go.
Well,
but man,
I was going to say, yeah, okay, we're not even into the Jedi Knight level.
Yeah, we're not into Jedi Knight yet. But man, things are looking up for old Liz Lemon. This is pretty good right here. Lemon. Okay, question number 5 in the Padawan level to be perfect through the first 2 rounds. Here we go. While discussing Luke's father, Obi-Wan describes him as the best blank, a cunning blank, and a good blank.
Right, okay. Yeah, okay.
Think you got it here?
I assume you want exact quotes on all these?
I want exact quotes.
Okay. So, I believe Obi-Wan describes him as the best pilot in the galaxy, a cunning warrior, and a good friend.
I'm going to need you to be more specific on the first one. You have the other 2, so I will give you 1 point per correct answer. So right now you have already gotten yourself 2 points. But there's something wrong with that first one that I can't accept.
Okay, so...
And in case anyone is ever wondering, too, anytime I lean off screen, I am doing blow. So it's just because we're trying to keep this baby, we want to keep it energized. We want to keep the energy level up. And I'm a bit of a Dustin Johnson. And so, sometimes you got to hit those rails if you want to keep things even keel. I mean, I think we can all agree about that.
That's a golf reference for people who don't watch golf. I'm gonna take a guess. I think
I mean, you're very close. You've gotten 2 out of the 3.
Yeah. Okay, so I think it's a kind of pilot. Excuse me, and I think I know what it is. I'm gonna go to the chat to see.
Okay.
If anyone has a decent answer. And again, I see close Templar and a good lover.
He remembered that very fondly when he was thinking back.
So Templar, this is the thing. I've literally been going back and forth in my head is if it's Star Pilot or Starfighter Pilot. And I'm thinking, does he say he was the best star pilot in the galaxy? Starfighter pilot? Starfighter in the galaxy? Best star pilot? Starfighter pilot. He was the best starfighter pilot in the galaxy. Cunning warrior and a good friend. Until I cut that bitch's legs off, am I right?
You're right. Well, that was when he had already, accepted the moniker of Darth Vader, right? So you can separate those.
Starfighter pilot seems like too much. Is it too much?
Can be of no assistance in these matters. I mean, you are getting some help. You're getting some help this week. You're getting some answers.
But they're conflicting. They're conflicting answers.
And so, we have already seen, Popsith has really taken.
He's starting to yell at me, and usually when Popsith yells, he's right.
Okay, but we saw him turning heel these last couple of weeks.
That's true.
Realizing that he's been playing it too straight, and to try to earn his Popsith name. So we got to walk on eggshells.
And Templar changed his answer. Well, he said Starfighter pilot, but I think that's too long. He was the best Starfighter pilot, and it seems like it doesn't flow. Star pilot in the galaxy seems like. Oh,
and we got Jedi John saying pimp, pimp, pimp.
He was the best pimp, a cunning pimp, and a good pimp.
He was the best pimp. He was a cunning pimp.
Can you imagine if Obi-Wan said that and Luke would be like, "What?
What?
What are you talking about?"
So is that where you're going with, Justin? Was it pimp for all 3?
Jedi John, we love you, but no, I am not going with you there.
Okay.
I'm gonna say he has the best star pilot in the galaxy, a cunning warrior, and a good friend.
And that, Justin, is the correct answer. There we go, baby. All right. See, I could not have accepted pilot there. Star pilot is absolutely, what the correct answer is. Needed you to get there, and you did it. That is all 3 points. And Justin, that's a perfect Padawan level. Okay. So now you are perfect through the first 2 rounds. You are cruising right along here. The chat has been very helpful, and that's very good, and I appreciate that. And they've helped me talk me through a few things. Popsith gets aggressive and yells, but when he gets aggressive and yells, that means he knows what's happening. You got to trust him. So that was great. So I've gotten a few good assists and confirmations so far too to help you through answers. Chad is really they're on your side. All right, so this is a good sign. They absolutely are. Things are going well so far. Okay, just remember, if you haven't already, like, share, and subscribe, whether you're watching this live or on the replay.
If you haven't already subscribed, hit the button. Just hit the button. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. And if we annoy you later, you can unsubscribe, right?
Right? Why are you telling people that? And if we inevitably disappoint you, then just unsubscribe.
Go back to every video we've ever made that you've thumbs up and thumbs them all down. I don't care.
Stop giving them ideas. I don't understand why you're doing this. Just please, just like, share, and subscribe. Help us out as we grow this thing. Thank you all for watching. And thank you to all those who are here with us right now, helping Justin on his journey to perfection. Are you ready, though, Jess? Because now...
And we will talk humiliations tomorrow night if I get this thing all the way through. Okay.
You know, the thing is now I'm looking at the questions, and I'm only seeing maybe one stumper that like might trip you up, but maybe not. I honestly think, because I think you're going to get the bonus 100%, honestly, the Jedi Master level multi-part question.
Really? Okay.
I think it's tricky, but I think given
no
time...
idea. I was going through it going, okay, you know, the only thing that really makes sense in a watching the movie atmosphere, you know, type of thing, I don't want to spoil it, but I would just say would be like the Mos Eisley Cantina is like the easiest one. But the last time we did A New Hope, I kind of already did the Cantina. I just did, you know, figuring down on the modal nodes. Right. And so I thought, would he really do the Cantina again? I don't know, but
we'll see. I really like my question. I think it might take you some time. Don't get me wrong. This could easily trip you up. When I was trying to do it on my own, it took a minute. But I think you'll be able to get there. But we'll see. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe you miss one there. But then I'm looking at these questions. I'm thinking you could be very dangerous. You're perfect right now. So that's why I'm now looking. Could Justin pull this thing off? And I'm thinking, I think it's there. There is a window where you could pull this off. So let's see. And especially this next one, I would be very surprised if you miss. But let's see. So this is the first question in the Jedi Knight level. These are worth 6 points apiece. These are much more difficult questions, but I will say this first one I think is the easiest. So let's give it a go.
Okay.
The Force did not allow Lord Vader to conjure up the stolen data tapes or give him clairvoyance enough to find the rebels' hidden fort, but it did allow him to choke this insolent admiral.
Okay. Yeah, I think I know who this is. Yep.
Yeah, I figured you'd know this one. You know, very famous admiral. Choked the crap out of him.
Make sure I'm not mixing them up.
That was my only thought.
Mixing them up.
Yep, you could definitely mix them up. Very possible. A lot of admirals and moffs and whatnot to remember in here.
Yeah, because Tag is the one who is the mouthy one at the beginning. But then the other one, who I believe is the answer, is the one who gets mouthy with Vader. Which it's like, do you really not know Vader at all? Do you really not know him at all that you're going to give him crap?
Right.
That's just the theme of this entire episode. You know, worked out perfectly. You're really going to mouth off to Darth Vader? Like, do you really not know who he is at this point?
Right. And with the other guy you're talking about, what's his name? Taj, right?
I just said Tag, but yeah.
Right. Yeah, I think it's like Taj. His haircut, man, is something else. You know, you'd think in the future they could have some better haircuts, but that looks straight out of Dumb and Dumber when they put the bowl on his head and then just cut it across with the scissors.
I knew that's where you were going. I was like, yeah, looks exactly like it.
Every time I see it, I'm just like, what is that guy thinking? Like, whew, maybe they have some military caps he can put on or something. Just change it up. Put out. You know what? You're on a starship. You got no one to impress. Just grow it out or try something new, you know? Man, oh man.
Okay. So I believe I know this one. Starts with an M. M is in Mickey Mouse, I believe.
Okay.
So yeah, and Pop said initially, who's very strong, says Admiral Nelson. No, I don't believe that's correct.
Yeah, it was Admiral Full Nelson.
It is a constant power struggle. Everybody is always just trying to one-up each other, you know, in the Imperials, and everybody's a jerk.
Yeah, that's why I love that scene in Rogue One where you see that between Krennic and Tarkin, right? Where Krennic is clearly really wants to keep moving up, super power hungry, wants to climb up that ladder. And but Tarkin doesn't like sharing the stage with anybody. And so the minute Krennic has shown some competence and is actually getting this thing to work, he's just going to take it over and he'll show the Emperor.
Take it away
it's like, oh, wow. Like that, showing those kinds of internal power struggles, I thought was really cool that they did that in the movie.
Yeah.
Templar said it's like working at GameStop. Right. It's like exactly like that.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's basically the same thing.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I believe the answer is Mahdi. Admiral Mahdi, I believe is his name.
Admiral Conan on Antonio Madi is absolutely the correct answer, Justin. Well done. You remain perfect. And get this. This is an interesting tidbit for you.
And get this.
So Madi's full name was revealed by Star Wars creator George Lucas on an episode of Late Night with Conan O'Brien on May 1st, 2007. When Lucas was challenged to a trivia question by a fan, Late Night associate producer Jordan Shalansky.
Jordan Shalansky.
Yeah.
You never seen any of his videos with Conan like giving Shalansky a hard time? I haven't showed you any of those before.
No, we have watched some of those. I'm just not.
He's
I'm
the
not
real
as familiar with that
straight-faced
guy's
guy.
name.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. No, you showed me one of those at your place one time. So anyway, he asked them the name of the officer who Darth Vader force chokes in A New Hope. Lucas jokingly replied, Conan Antonio Madi, a Tuckerization of Conan O'Brien's name. The next day after the episode's airing, Late Night posted a blog entry on the NBC website about their surprise at the quick response of Wikipedia in adopting the new full name for Madi, as well as their appreciation for Lucas's decision to name the character after O'Brien. The name was then confirmed in universe by Star Wars Legends novels and eventually in a canon novel, Tarkin. So there you go.
Awesome?
That's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I thought that was a good little tidbit.
That was a great tidbit.
All right. So Justin, you remain perfect. I've got some got a war going on outside, a bunch of blasts going on. I think some people doing some fireworks because it's Tuesday night and it's BookBar's trivia night. So people are doing fireworks.
It's something to celebrate, folks, right?
Yep, and we really appreciate it. Thank you guys. All right. Next question here, Justin, as you remain perfect. This is the second question in the Jedi Knight level. Here we go.
Ready.
Episode 4 opens on the Tanta 4, a counselor vessel of this model that was in the service of House Organa.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I guess it depends on how specific you want me to get, but.
Well, I mean, I want the type of craft it is.
It's a ship.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll give it to you. Let's move on.
Oh, yes.
No, you're going to need more than that, unfortunately.
Well, it does sound a lot like a sports car.
Oh, does it now?
Perhaps.
What kind, Justin?
A Mustang. No.
It's not a Mustang. You're a silly goose.
But our uncle used to have one of these a long time ago, back when you were just a wee little baby, probably.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember that. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I think I do.
It was a white exterior, red leather interior. Do you remember that?
Yeah, absolutely. I remember that. Yeah, I think I took for a ride in it.
Yeah.
Took it for a cruise. I used to drive that baby around. Pick up chicks. Yeah, all the time.
Well, no.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't work, but I tried really hard.
Well, kidnapping is the only way you were picking up chicks, probably.
I don't know about that.
Wow.
It was either. Oh, okay. We're getting some answers in there. Subaru? Is that what you're thinking, Justin? I think it was a Subaru.
Templar says a Subaru. No. Ray, the Model 49 Hit 920 ship.
It could be.
But it's not.
All right. What do you think it is, Just?
It could be the Tesla Y. The Toyota Corolla is a very popular answer.
It is.
The Chevelle. No, it's a Corvette. What is a Corvette?
I'm going to need you to be more specific.
Boo! That's garbage.
I asked you what the model is.
A9.
I need the specific model.
A9.
I'm actually surprised when you first said you seemed like you were all over it. I thought you were going to get it, but A9, Justin, is incorrect. It is a Corvette, but it is a CR90 Corvette is the ship. So you are an idiot. And just to top that off, there we go. So Justin, you are wrong. There is his first failure, but man, it was a good run. And unfortunately, now we have to leave that up the rest of the stream, which really sucks.
A Corvette is not acceptable. That's what it is.
It is a CR90 Corvette. I was looking for the full title. You can take it up with HR if you don't like this. And maybe we can come back to it if you have a legitimate challenge. We did retroactively give me a perfect game. So we can circle back to it. But as of right now, from where I'm sitting, it was a CR90 Corvette. If you look it up in the visual dictionaries, if you go online to Wikipedia, everything will tell you it is a CR90 Corvette. So
yes, it is a Corvette, yes.
So you are incorrect, Justin. That is your first miss after an extremely solid run. And this next one, I actually thought could be a big stumper as well. So now maybe this is where the wheels come off. Because here we go. At first I thought, I was like, holy crap, he's just going to nail this one. And I think maybe these next two are going to be the only ones that could potentially get him. So I think these 3 questions in a row are going to be tough. But then the last one, the Jedi Knight, I think you're going to be pretty good on. But we'll see. So here we go, just question number 3 in the Jedi Knight level. These diminutive creatures hailed from the deserts of Tatooine and were characterized by their long ears, distinctive snouts, and skittish temperaments.
Okay, I mean, I have a guess.
Okay. Diminutive.
Yeah, so they can read minds?
Yeah. That's not what diminutive means, but they can. I probably should have mentioned that in the question. And they can read minds.
Okay. No, diminutive, meaning diminutive, meaning
exactly.
Two. Yeah, no, I know.
Okay.
Well, I have a guess, and I honestly don't know what else it could be, to be honest.
Okay. Well, what's your guess? Talk it out. Let's hear it.
Well, my guess is the easy way to ask this question would be to say that Luke used to bullseye these from his T-16 Skyhopper, and that they're not much bigger than 2 meters.
So I will give you the hint right off the bat. It is not a womp rat. No. These are little tiny things that we see on Tatooine. This is a Jedi Knight question, and I thought this question was very hard. This was the one that I thought was the biggest stumper on all of them looking through it. That and this and the one following it. So it was essentially like these next two. I told
basically
you.
Every question.
You have went perfect thus far, and I actually thought you might get the model of the Tantive 4.
I did.
Yeah. See, you knew it was a Corvette. You just didn't know the exact model.
I just didn't give you the letter. Oh, well, the model is a Corvette. I just didn't give you the.
Yeah, this is a CR90 Corvette. So
that's like saying, I said it was a.
That's like me saying, oh, it's a cargo frigate, and you saying, no, it's a Vac Bear class cargo frigate, and so that doesn't count, even though that would have been.
Class is the class of ship. That's a little different.
I don't know, man. It's not a Corvette. It's a CR90 Corvette.
Well, it is a Corvette, yeah. It's like saying...
It's a CR90 Corvette.
It's obviously not going to matter at this point.
It's like me... No. Okay, so a better example, that's like me saying, pulling up a picture of a particular type of Corvette and saying, what model of car is this? And you just saying Corvette, and I'm saying, no, I want, what type of Corvette is it? And you just say, well, it's a Corvette. Okay. But they have types. This is a CR90 Corvette is what we were looking for. Again, if you want to challenge it, we have to challenge after the stream. We have no mechanism to challenge on stream. So we'll have to circle back.
Well, I know that that's the code. I thought it was an A9. I wonder what I'm attributing an A9 to. Because I even going through it and reading about the Tantive 4, I even remember the letters and numbers. And for some reason, A9 stuck out to me. That was an A9 Corvette. So
I mean, there's the A99 Aquata breather.
No, that's not it.
Yeah, no, that's not the Tantive 4.
Well, these diminutive creatures hailed from. I really have no idea what this even could be. I mean, I'm trying to even picture something.
Yeah, you see him like moving around. Right, running around on Tatooine. They're little guys, kind of look like mice, big ears, long snouts.
Yeah, well, if it's not Womp Rat, then I really, I don't even have a guess. So
okay, so Justin, the correct answer was scurriers. I actually almost said these little guys that scurry around, but I was like, that's a little too on the nose. And so yeah, that's going to be an incorrect one there.
Never even heard of them.
Yeah, again, I thought that was a stumper. And wait till this next one, buddy. Wait till this next one. You're going to love it.
The Kowakian monkey lizard.
No, you're thinking of Salacious B. Crumb, is who the Kowakian monkey lizard is. Okay, Justin, this next question here is also a Jedi Knight question worth 6 points, and it's a doozy. So buckle your seatbelts here, folks. Here we go. This is a multiple choice.
Okay.
Which of the following rank insignia plaques indicates a Grand Moff?
I know this. I can tell you without multiple choice. Oh, but you give me multiple choice. Okay.
But I'm giving you multiple choice.
So what, I have 10 choices, not even like 4?
This is a Jedi Knight level question, Justin. All right, and while you're thinking there, while you're looking these over, I just...
Wow. So, I guess I never even noticed the little whatever things you have on the sides.
So those are their code cylinders. So if you think you remember or don't remember whether or not a particular Grand Moff had code cylinders, that's what you're picturing there. That's what those are. So it's not like by the patch. It's like on the far sides is where they keep them. And it's just very tricky.
Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and... It's one of the last two on the bottom right. It's all blue on top, and it is 3 red and 3 yellow. But you have 2 of those, and one of those has the whatever tubes you said, and I don't recall, but it would make sense that those things would be there. I don't know. I'm gonna say the bottom right, far bottom right.
Far bottom right?
Yep.
Justin, that is the correct answer. Well done, buddy. That is absolutely correct. Yeah, so the other one here, the other one is a governor, right? So a governor is the one without the code cylinders. The Grand Moff is the one with it.
All blue on top with then 3 red and 3 yellow is okay.
Yep, and so the one was the governor, the other one was the Grand Moff, and then the one just to the left of that, where it's, so like starting from the bottom right, which you got correct, which you don't have
Thrawn's. I was going to say I was expecting to see Thrawn's symbol up there.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch more, but I just, for the sake of not having the entire screen filled with them. And so starting on that far right, which you got correct with the blue on top and then the 3 red and the 3 yellow with the code cylinders, that is a Grand Moff. Then to the left is a governor. To the left of that is a Moff, then a High Admiral, and then a Fleet Admiral on that row. And then the row above it is an Admiral, Vice Admiral, Brigadier General, High General, and Major General. But Justin, you absolutely got that one correct. That is huge. That is 6 points right there.
Okay, I'll take that one. I'll take that one. I feel good about that.
I thought that one was very tricky.
The code cylinders tricked me a little bit. That did get me, but
that was tough.
I believe Thrawn's, the Grand Thrawn's is it 6 blue on the left and then like 3 yellow and 3 red? But now I don't know if there's code cylinders. I'm gonna have to double check that one.
I'd have to double check it. And but yeah, Justin, you got that one absolutely correct. Well done, buddy. So now we are moving on to the final question in the Jedi Knight round. Here we go, and this is going to be another fun one. More pictures. Okay. So everybody get ready for this. Hold on to your hats because this is going to be a fun one. Justin, this question is, whose ride is it anyway?
It's like your new thing.
That's just my thing now. So what I'm going to do, Justin, is I'm going to show you a Star Wars animal. You have to tell me what it is and what group of people wrote it.
Ooh,
okay.
So there's obviously going to be one tricky one in here. At least one. Yeah.
Well, we'll see. So here we go. Starting with this first one. Kaplow!
Okay, that is a Bantha, and it is ridden by Tusken Raiders.
Justin is absolutely correct. Moving on to the next one. Kaploo!
All right, so that looks like a Dewback, which is ridden by, I believe, Stormtroopers on Tatooine.
And is absolutely correct. Oh, and I forgot to mention, too, you do get 1 point for every correct answer. So you got 1 for Bantha, 1 for Tusken Raiders, 1 for Dewback, 1 for Stormtroopers. So now for your final 2 points. Yep. And for the total 6 points in the final question, the Jedi Knight. Kaplow!
Yeah, so, when it was Tatooine, something told me. That's a Ronto.
That is the correct answer. So you're only missing a single point.
And a Ronto. Who's on the Ronto?
Who's on the Ronto? That is absolutely the question here.
Oh, my God.
I could have just switched the question to who rides the Rontos?
Who rides the Ronto? So you said what group of people rides them? And the Ronto, you just see, I believe, 1 in the remastered version when it goes by. And Tusken Raiders wouldn't be in there. I literally think this could be like a trick question. I think it could be Stormtroopers also. Like, there's no reason a Jawa would ride that thing. What other types of people are there on Tatooine?
That is a question. Okay. We do have. Let's
got some chatty answers
here. Well, we do have right here just Unicorn, the Sand Midgets, is, I believe that's Sand Little People, Ray. You got to watch your nomenclature there.
Come on, Ray. Come on, Ray.
Come on. Let's keep it clean. Let's keep it clean. All right. Let's see. Pops, it says Jawas ride the Rontos.
Jedi John says Jawas ride the Rontos. I think you guys are just saying that because that's another type of people that live on Tatooine.
They're just saying that because it's another type of person.
I guess it would make sense that they're so little. Maybe a bunch of them can pile on at once. Is there like multiple Jawas on the Ronto?
No.
I can't think of any other at the moment, like just classes of people. I'll just say Jawas. Ridden by Jawas.
Is that your final answer, Just?
Sure.
Okay. Well, unfortunately for me, that is the correct answer for you. So you should be very happy. Well done.
All right, guys. Good job. Yep.
Yeah, well done with the chat. I thought I was going to get you on that one when you're like, no, it's not going to be the Jawas. I'm like, well, there's going to be another 6 points lost. Chat really picked you up there. That was huge. That was absolutely huge.
Oh,
yeah,
Pop
we do see.
Me. He says, yeah, we're saying that because it's the correct answer. Pop said, you act like you guys 100% of the time give the right answer.
Right, exactly. Yeah. We've never been misled by you guys before in the past.
Never.
All right.
I like how you cut out the, too. You have a transparent background on the images. I like that. It's a nice touch without the big, nice box kind of going around. Yeah.
Yeah,
see that? Video quality is improving.
Just going up and up and up.
It's improving every week.
Yep, every week, So there we go, Just. So far, that was just a terrific round. So you only missed 2 Jedi Knight questions and got everything else correct. Moving into our final round, which again, I think even if you get tripped up, you're going to get most of the points, right? That's what I'm kind of thinking here. So, because remember how this works is this bonus, you're going to get types of points for every correct answer you get. In fact, in this one, it's going to work out. You get 1 point per correct answer. And I think you're going to be dangerous. So even if you miss 1 or 2, you're still going to get nearly all that 11 points that you're going to be up for grabs. But before we get into that question, I'm going to leave you on a cliffhanger because it's time for last call.
It is time for last call. That means cheers to you, Tyler, and cheers to everybody out there. Whatever you're drinking, pick it up. As long as it's alcoholic. If it's non-alcoholic and maybe you don't drink, it's fine. That's fine. No, I'm just kidding. Cheers to everybody.
It's great. Thank you all for being here. Cheers to the chat. Cheers to you guys watching at home. Thank you all so much. Let's drink these things. And this is everybody's favorite part where they get to silently watch us drink some beer. Here we go.
Yes, but we have subtle background music now for them to enjoy while we do this.
To keep you company.
That was a little more than I usually do. So, okay. I'm feeling pretty good about that.
All right. Not too shabby.
Get my buzz fired up. Get my mind grapes squeezing. Get them rolling. Ready. Okay.
All right.
Oh boy,
are you ready?
It's time
It is
for the Jedi
Master time. Here we go, Justin.
I'm ready. Probably not.
Okay.
Or maybe not. But maybe I am. Or am I?
So, as you know, during the events of A New Hope, billions of lives were lost. I want you to name 11 characters that died during these events. You will get 1 point. 1 point per correct answer.
Okay.
Go ahead and take your time. You have 30 seconds on the clock, starting now. All right, you're wasting a lot of time here, bud. You're going way too slow. He's trying to take a nap. What is happening?
Captain Remus Antilles.
Oh man, getting that first one right off the bat. Absolutely, it's Captain Remus Antilles. That is 1 point.
Owen and Beru Lars.
1, 2, 3 points.
Greedo.
4 points.
Okay.
And there it is. You get 4 points. Time is up. Wow. That was a good run, though, folks.
Bail Organa.
Oh, here we go. Oh, wow. That is not one I was expecting you to get right off the bat. Did you just say, can you repeat that?
Bail Organa.
Bail Organa, of course, was on Alderaan, which was blown up. That is a very good one. That's one easy to forget. I'm very impressed by that.
Can I just say the population of Alderaan, or is that not? Am I not allowed to do that?
These have to be named characters. I'm sorry.
I can't remember Bail Organa's wife's name, but I assume she was. Yeah, I guess I don't know if she died for sure, so I'm not guessing that.
Well, I will say she was his wife and is a person, but I cannot give you any indication whether or not she was there.
Okay. So, where do we go from there?
Where do we go from there? Already.
Death Star. Let's go to the Death Star.
Okay, going to the Death Star.
Jeb Porkins.
Okay, there we go. Jack, old belly runner.
Biggs Darklighter.
Biggs Darklighter, of course. Used to go around Beggar's Canyon with Luke. And there we go. Justin, you're already at 7 points.
Trying to think of people I only know are there for sure. Grand Moff Tarkin.
Grand Moff Tarkin, of course, met his end on the Death Star.
Chief Bast.
Chief Bast. Very good. Very good.
Oh, God, were the other guys still there? Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, of course. Absolutely. Got to get that one. And Justin, for the full 11 points, can you name one more?
Trying to think if I can get one more named pilot, or if I have to go the Imperial route, which could potentially be a guess, because you have to think probably. Now I'm just talking out loud.
Yeah, no, go for it.
I have to think that Mahdi, Tag, Yularen were all probably still on the Death Star. Were any one of them sent away?
I'm going to say I will take a point off if it's not on my list, but you can regain it by answering additional ones. So, like, even if you lost a point for guessing a wrong one, I'll let you guess a couple more to make up for that point. You just get a max of 11 points.
Right. Fair enough. Okay. Anybody else? Is anybody else captured, killed, confirmed, killed with the name? I can't.
Okay, we got
other pilot names.
Let's take a look here because
I gotta think a bunch of those other Imperials are there, and I want to say Santa. I was gonna say Santa Ray. That's actually a really good one.
And he's written it repeatedly. He's pretty adamant about it.
I mean, That means we try. I already said Greedo, Pop said.
Yeah, I'm going to say Pop said is really adamant about Greedo, but Justin already got that point. Justin, say it twice. Say it again.
Oh, there's 35 comments. Is it all Ray?
No, it's Ray and Pop said they're dueling it out.
Pop said, I have said Greedo. I did say Greedo.
Yeah. He wants you to say it one more time.
I gotta think of Imperial. Is there any other easy ones that I'm missing? Any other family? Anybody? Mos Eisley. We don't know if he's dead. We move on. I don't think there's any reason to think that these other admirals didn't leave the Death Star, other than the one that was sent away, which I forget his name, but I'm just gonna say Mahdi.
You're going to say Mahdi, Justin, and let's double check the list. And sure enough, he's there. That is all 11 points. Mahdi is on there and didn't have to remove any points. Popsit is now saying in the chat, her name was Brea Organa.
Brea Organa.
The queen. If she was on Alderaan, I would have accepted Brea as a correct answer.
Okay.
Just one, a few that you forgot because I'm not going to go through the whole list.
Well, let me try the other Imperials. Was Tag still on the Death Star?
So he does not show up on my list as being in canon as one that died. So I'm not sure if he did leave. We'll have to double check that.
Glad I picked Mahdi then. And then I was going to say Yularen, who was big in the Clone Wars, and he had some role in Rebels.
And Yularen is on there. He is on this list. Yep.
Okay.
And so that would have counted.
There's got to be more X-Wing and Y-Wing pilots who are named in canon that whose names are escaping me probably.
Yep. Bunch of X-Wing, Y-Wing, TIE fighters, TIE fighter pilots. So yeah, bunch of them there. Of course, you've got John Dutch Vander, right? Gold leader who died during the events. But then one you actually already said today, TK421. Right, of course, dies. The clone trooper would have been an acceptable answer there. John Brannon.
I don't know why I didn't technically consider him as a named character, but I did think of that. But okay.
Yep. Absolutely. Garvin Drees, of course. So some of those ones, a lot of the other ones are all like your X-Wing and TIE fighters and stuff.
Okay.
But it's all irrelevant just because you got all 11 points. So let's tally it up. What was Justin's final score?
It was 54.
Justin, you only missed 2 questions, right? You missed 2 in the Jedi Knight. So yeah, you get 54 points. That is an absolutely terrific round. As we said before, normally above a 50 means you had an exceptional round. Justin got a 54. So there it is, Just. That was a great round. What'd you think? How do you feel about your performance?
Well, I'm a little annoyed with the Corvette question, which you already know. I feel like that's close enough, but I understand because I have nitpicked you on ships before as well. But I still remember, was it Scurriers? Is that what they were called?
Scurriers. Yeah, that's a tricky one.
Never even heard of them. So even if you would have given me the Corvette question, it would not have been a perfect round because I had no idea what a Scurrier even was. So
yep, and that always makes you feel better. It's no different than last week. I took it to the bonus perfect and then messed up the bonus. But then I flipped up the Plo Koon and Stas Ali death. But then I also said Polis Mesa, which wasn't correct. And it's that actually made me feel better because it's okay, it wouldn't have just been a perfect round had I not made that stupid mistake. I made some other mistakes as well in that round. So. But yeah, but still, that was an extreme 54. I'll take a 54 every week.
Especially in the original trilogy, because so people grew up with the original trilogy. We grew up with the prequels, and then rewatched the original trilogy. When we were older, and it was older. So it's just we've seen the prequels 1,000 times. We haven't necessarily seen the original trilogy 1,000 times. I mean, there was years where I just watched the prequels over and over and over and over and over again. So it's you're always just a little nervous that something might escape you, but overall I feel pretty good about it. You
should.
This round.
Yeah, you should do. That was an absolutely excellent round. Everyone, applause. F's in the chat for Justin.
The chat definitely helped. They saved me a couple of times. Absolutely.
That they did. All right, and there it is. That's trivia for you all folks, and
that's trivia. That's it. That's our mama. And but that's not just our mama because we always end like we always do every week with Tyler's signature sign-off. Now, I say this every week, but people who don't even like Star Wars, this is so popular. People who don't like Star Wars come to these videos and they sit through the whole hour and a half just to watch Tyler's signature sign-off. Tyler, I'm so excited to see what you have planned for us today.
Well, I'm excited to bring this to the folks, to all you in chat, to the millions watching around the world. Justin, I'm always showing off my Force abilities, and so I just thought it was high time that we showed off your Force abilities as well. So you know what I did? I scraped together a few hundred credits, and I bought myself a Marksman H combat remote. What? And in fact, I've got it right here. Let me pull this baby up. Here we go. And whoop, and there she be.
Look at that.
Oh, how glorious is that?
That's amazing.
Isn't that sweet?
Goodness.
Yeah, so I mean, I spared no expense.
No expense. John Hammond style. Wow, look at
exactly.
You. Yeah,
isn't that really sweet?
That's awesome. Yeah.
And so, just I asked you to bring your lightsaber because we're going to show off your Force abilities. Did you bring it with you?
I mean, of course, I brought it with me. Yeah, okay. I did. So here it is. Here is my lightsaber right here.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Let me kind of get ready for this here. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to say.
I'm going to get to train with the Marksman H. Is that what's going to happen here?
Absolutely, are.
Okay.
And because too, I'm just so confident in your abilities. And we were going to show off your abilities today. I just figured I would switch the power level from Sting to Lethal because there's no doubt in my mind that you're going to be able to do this. That you are so strong with the Force. So I switched to Lethal, but you got this, buddy. Show everybody what you're made of and show them that you know how to use the Force. All right.
Well,
so
I don't know if that's a great idea.
Okay. Well, here we go. And so just be ready because it could start any second. Okay. Have everything prepared and.
Why did you have it shoot two at the same time?
Are you all right, buddy?
Oh, Tyler, I really was gonna learn to play that Valacord.
Okay, well, it's probably best you didn't. You're tone deaf, buddy. Oh, Justin. Oh, okay. Well, looking back on it, I probably should have set it to Sting just to start. But you live, you learn. Well, I mean, I'll keep on living. Justin won't. But still, the rest of us who are living are going to keep on learning. And that's our show for tonight. Good night, everybody.